Hello and welcome. This is a 90-minute restorative yoga practice. This practice is all about putting our bodies in really comfortable shapes, relaxing the mind, staying awake, using deep breathing practices, all designed to balance our nervous system from all of the stress and vigilance and pressure, time constraints, over to rest, digest, heal, grow, regenerate, and restore, so that you can have the energy and the well-being to continue on. We need you to be well rested. This is an easy practice. You don't need any experience whatsoever. However, you do need some props. I made it so that we don't have to have any special yoga props, so that you can just kind of go around your house and gather. So here's what we'll need for this practice. A stool or a chair. A chair, maybe a folding chair, but a chair that has an open back or enough room to put your lower legs on. I've got one small couch cushion, and I've got two large couch cushions. I've got two of these. So maybe you can get something like that, or pillows. I've got also two large bath towels, or maybe beach towels will work, two of these. I've got a little blanket that I was able to, a thin blanket that I was able to roll up. Just a small little roll. There's more. And I've got a regular, thicker blanket, that, creates kind of a thick, not terribly thick, but thicker than the other one. I've also got this little teeny hand towel that I folded into the tiniest little pillow. What else do I have? Oh, I have a belt. So this could be an actual belt that you wear. It could be the belt of a robe, or it could be an athletic strap. And I think that's about it. So you can pause the video now to go get your supplies and come on back. Again, two blankets, one thinner than the other, two big towels, two big couch cushions, one small cushion, one small towel, and a belt. And while you're at it, you might want to put on some relaxing music that will last about an hour and a half. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so the first part of our practice is going to be sitting down on your stool or your chair, and we'll start with a breathing practice called Nadi. It's alternate nostril breathing, and it starts to help balance the brain and bring the attention down to the center of the body. It's very relaxing. If you've never done it before, give it a shot. May seem strange, but give it a chance, because the effects are really good. So let's begin the practice sitting down on your stool or chair. You're going to come to sit with your belly lifted, your spine tall, as though your head is trying to reach up, and your chin in, shoulders down, and this should feel quite dignified. And now we're going to do a breathing practice called alternate nostril breathing, Nadi. We're going to take the hand on the right side. We're going to use the right thumb and the right ring finger. And we're going to go back and forth between holding our nostrils with the fingers. So we're going to take the thumb and close the right nostril and inhale through the left nostril. Then ring finger closes the left. We let go of the right thumb and we exhale right nostril. Keep like this. Inhale right. Let your thumb close the right nostril. Open up the left and exhale left. Stay like this. Inhale left. Close the left. Open the right and exhale right. Now close your eyes. Keep the right nostril open. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Try to make your breaths big and deep. Inhale left. Switch, open the right and exhale. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Relax your arm, relax your eyes. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Bring your hand down and just breathe normally and notice. And let the eyes open softly. Good. And for the next pose, we're going to take our stool or chair and put it at the foot of the yoga mat. And we'll come down to the floor. Take one of your beach towels and put it on your stool or chair for your heels. And then you'll take your slightly thicker blanket. We're going to open it up. And it's going to make a nice cushion for ourselves on the floor. Might want to take that little roll or the small cushion that'll be for your head. And we're going to use the strap. So you're going to make a loop in the strap. And you're going to get your thighs through that loop. And your thighs will be open at hip width apart. And then you're going to tighten that strap around the thighs, just at hip width apart. And the reason is our thighs are going to use the rope to just relax, just to stretch into it. Okay? And then we'll bring the feet up onto the stool or chair. And notice that you want to have your thighs at an angle from the chair. You don't want your thighs completely vertical, you just want them at an angle. And then we'll lay the back onto the blanket, shoulders on the blanket. And then you can have your little hand towel there for your head or a cushion if you need it. How do you know if you need it? Well, if your chin's way back and it feels terrible on your cervical spine, you don't want it like that. So we'll level the spine. Good. Elongate your lower back. So lift up, tuck your tail under, and place your long back on the floor. And arms are out in a letter T. Or somewhere thereabouts. And then we'll add a little mudra on the hands. This helps to connect some of the lines of energy in the body. So we're going to take the hands with the thumb and the ring finger again, and we're going to touch them together. And it's going to make this shape. And we do it on the other hand, and it's going to make this shape. And we're going to lay this shape down on the floor. And this is the gesture of earth. It's connecting to the grounding quality of earth. So let your legs relax into the belt. And just hold this position, eyes closed. We're going to stay here a while. You stay like that. Very good. And now, to help bring the mind and the body together into a state of initial relaxation, we want to lengthen the exhales. And the way that you'll do that, and again, this might be new to you, but still try, is that on your exhale, you want to choose. You can either make an audible humming sound, kind of like a bumblebee, where it would sound like this. Something like that, where it's vibrating your nose and your mouth. That's going to extend your exhales. Or you can actually sing the pranava Om. Om. And I want you to try to do that for each and every exhale. So allow your body to soften down towards the floor. It's your first restorative pose. You're just noticing where you're starting. And trying to soften the tops of your shoulders back towards the floor to open up the chest. And try to let your back drop into the floor a little bit. Making sure that you can relax the legs into the belt. And you're continuing to breathe. And you're exhaling an audible sound so that your exhales become longer. And when the exhales become longer, your inhale's a natural rebound. And your inhale becomes a natural diaphragmatic inhale. It's nice and down towards the bottom of the ribs as opposed to up by the neck. So continue this breathing practice and this sense of grounding down towards the earth on your own. And I will be here to bring you out of the pose. Soften your eyes and your jaw. Begin to trust the ground. Allow yourself to feel trusting, grounded. Stay with your audible exhale. Don't quit on it. The vibration of the sound helps to vibrate the vagus nerve, and that helps to bring your body away from stress and into ease of well-being. stay with your audible long exhales. Continuing to attune to the sense of trust that the earth brings you, the sense of grounding, of landing, and stay a while. Allow the vibration of the sound to soothe you and to bring you into concentration, relaxed concentration. Very good. Now let the sound go and just notice. Breathe naturally. Attuning to the quality of trust and grounding. You're landing here in the present moment. Very good. So open your eyes and start to shift around. You're going to take your feet off of the chair or stool and undo that strap, and you'll set the strap aside as you won't need it for the next pose. We'll make sure that we push the chair or stool off the mat and out of our way. Then you're going to take one of your beach towels and you're going to open it up a little bit wide like this and set it at the foot of the yoga mat. And then we'll take the rolled blanket, and that'll be for the back of our knees. And then you're going to still have that blanket that you had there before. If it was on the thin side, you can double it up because we're going into a little back bend to open up the front body and the heart. So I've got the blanket under the knees, nice cushion for the heels. And what I want to do is set this blanket up so that it's just on my shoulder blades, but the tops of my shoulders will be off the mat. Off the blanket. Off the blanket. So you set that up, you find it. Yeah, and it's a little back bend. And again, if it's too much for your head, you can use your small couch cushion or your little hand towel. And believe it or not, just this little thing can make a difference. And arms out to the side. Let your shoulders cascade over the blanket. And again, make any adjustments that you need to for it to feel right. And start to land in this restorative pose. And then squeeze your butt and lift it up a little bit. And then tuck your tail under to lengthen your spine. And try to put your spine down on the mat just a little bit longer than it was before. There we go. This is a heart-opening posture. And we'll add a mudra. So you can look at this. And we'll take that fingernail of the index finger and we're going to curl it to the bottom of the thumb. And then take the middle and ring finger and touch it to the thumb. Kind of like I want to do animal shadows on the wall. Right? So the index finger, fingernail into the thumb crease, the ring finger and middle onto the thumb. And then we set this down, the back of the wrists on the floor, back of the hand on the floor. Make your minor adjustments. The adjustments should feel like they lengthen your body. And let your thighs roll out to the side. And start to soften your eyes. And with closed eyelids, your eyes just become one with the rest of your face. Release the tension around your eyes and eyebrows. And let your jaw soften. And let yourself start to settle down towards the floor. And we'll stay like this for a little while. Again, attune to the quality of grounding. Trusting more and more that you can relax down to the floor. And we're helping our body remember how to relax. And we hold the poses long enough that the small muscles around the joints can let go. And then you can stretch and relax a little bit more. And every millimeter counts. Let your breath be natural. And then I'm going to guide you through a breathing practice. The breathing practice is simple to remember. Just remember 2, 4, 6, 8. And we start with the 2, and the 2 is actually keeping your exhale out. It is a pause between the exhale and the inhale. So let's all come together with a deep inhale and exhale everything out. And now hold that exhale out for 2. Now inhale naturally for 4. Hold your inhale in for 6. Now let the exhale out slowly for 8. Keep it out for 2. Inhale 4. Hold it in 6. Exhale slowly, 8. Slowly, slowly. Pause. Keep it out for 2. Inhale 4. Hold it in for 6. Feel your chest expand. Feel your shoulders drop back. And slowly release the exhale. Titrate it out over 8 counts. Keep it out. Wait for 2. Receive inhale 4. Big inhale. Hold it for 6. Slowly exhale it out for 8. Good. Now on your own, 2, 4, 6, 8. Make your breaths big and deep. Let this breathing practice relax you. When you hold your inhale, try to soften your face and your shoulders. Don't let holding your inhale be stressful. It's just a pause. You're just hanging out in the now, just holding there for a moment. Don't let it be stressful. Keep your body soft. You don't make a big deal out of holding the breath in or out. You're just pausing, suspending yourself in this moment, and then returning to the breath. We continue to allow the body to cascade and the heart and the chest and the arms to open. And in our mudra, we're connecting with the heart energy to try to unburden any heavy emotions that you're holding in the chest. You're more than halfway through. Continue 2, 4, 6, 8 in a relaxed way. No tension. After you've taken your next exhale, release this breathing pattern and just breathe naturally. Feel a quality of heaviness towards the floor, trusting, grounding, landing. And feel the openness of the front body, and feel the emotions that are carried in our chest. Just feel them dissolve right through the finger shapes. And then slowly let your eyes open. And we're going to slowly come out of this pose. So rolling yourself up to sitting or kneeling so we can use our props for the next pose. Now you're starting to understand why we use so many props. Because we want the body and all the small muscles to really get off the job. So we have our little blanket roll, and that's going to go back down at the foot of your yoga mat, and it's going to be for the top of the ankles there. We're going to be laying on our belly. And we're going to start to build a little ramp. So first we'll take that blanket, the beach towel that's in a rectangular shape. Now, if you have a yoga bolster, you can use that too, but blankets can be a little bit more comfortable. Or beach towels. I keep calling this a blanket. All right, so I have the other one in the same long rectangular shape. And I'm going to set that down. Now watch, I'm going to set it down, but now it's a little bit higher than the other one. Just kind of building a little ramp here. I'm going to use my other blanket. I'm going to make one more layer of that ramp. Let's see. So I've got the 3 tiers. 1, 2, and 3. Maybe your little hand towel right there may or may not need it. And so, this is going to take some adjusting for sure, but the tops of the ankles will be on the blanket roll, and we're going to just lay our body right onto this ramp, and hopefully where that ramp starts is right where the trunk folds into the legs. So somewhere around there. You'll feel it. And then the face is down with the forehead on your little hand towel blanket roll. And we want to make it so that the nose has some freedom. There we go. And the arms can be in cactus shape. And that's all there is to this pose. So you stay like that. And I want you to really try to relax down towards your props. And the reason this pose is so great is because it unloads the spine. So when you're laying on your back, yeah, there's a lot less load on your back than standing, but still the weight is down on your spine. When you flip over, now your spine kind of hangs and it really releases and lets go of all the load. So feel that. Broaden your shoulders, widen them, so that the cactus arms can let the shoulders soften down. And maybe maybe just like wiggle your hips a little bit so you can get just the right spot. And you fixed your little towel so your nose has room to breathe. And you're all settled in now. And now we'll find some stillness. Take your deep breaths and make them deep but natural. And next time you inhale, see if you can notice what your ribs are doing. The sides of your ribs there, like gills on a fish, when you inhale, can your ribs widen? So that every time you inhale, you experience the quality of becoming wider. Even your mental perceptions. Your eyes soften, and even maybe the eyeballs move a little wider. The shoulders move wider. But especially the circumference of your waist, that is widening and opening as you inhale. And then as you exhale, it's a letting go, it's a softening. And at the waist draws inward, so the circumference gets smaller. And it feels on your exhale that when you relax, you almost get taller. So let's feel wide on the inhale, right at your waist, and taller on the exhale. The waist is getting smaller. Try that for a few breaths. Right. So what you're doing is you're disengaging all these other muscles that we use to breathe. We often use the chest muscles and the neck muscles and the shoulder muscles to breathe in. But now you're going to use your diaphragm muscles. You're going to allow your ribs to be free so that the lungs can fill. Open yourself up like gills on a fish, widen, and then just release naturally. So now you have this diaphragmatic breathing. Your awareness is in the waist. And we'll add on a mantra, something for the mind to do. 2 words, just 2 words. So on the inhale the word steadiness. And on the exhale, the word joy or bliss or any word like that. So you're filling up your waist on the inhale, and the mind is saying steadiness. And on the exhale, joy, letting go. Inhale, steadiness. Exhale, joy, bliss. Continue with this mantra and this wide breathing on your own now for a little while, and I'll let you out. You're almost done. Stay with it. Inhale, steadiness. Exhale, joy, bliss. Very good. Now let the mantra go and let your breathing return to whatever is natural at this moment. And take notice, observe how your body has softened so much more so than when we started. We're really now shifting the nervous system. So we're going to come out of this pose really gently, maybe pushing back into a tabletop. And then we're removing the props. And this time we're removing all of the props off the mat. And you might just want you have your little hand towel. Lie back on the back. Your hand towels in your hand. And we're going to make a crescent shape with the body. So first we'll start by walking the legs over to your right, and they walk together, just to the moment where you feel that left hip start to stretch. It doesn't need to go any farther, right? We're in a restorative class. We're not actively stretching. And then we're going to try to side bend to the right. We're going to try to side bend our waist, which means we're going to walk our shoulders to the right, curve it down to the right, making a C shape or a crescent shape. And again, only to where it feels sustainable. And then with your hands, actually with your little towel first, we can just open that up and fold it real narrow, and that can cover the eyes. That darkness can really help to relax. We can take both arms up. Options, you can put them in cactus. Or you can hold your forearms. And you can experiment with crossing the left ankle over the right. That feels good. But when you arrive, the final position should feel like you're on vacation. It feels playful. It feels completely okay with this moment, so okay with this moment that you can relax and enjoy. Maybe like you're in a park looking up at the sky, or at night. Maybe you're on a beach. Or maybe just laying right here on the yoga mat is good enough. And you're relaxing. As though you have no cares in the world. Let your shoulders relax, let your elbows drop. And stay here a little while. And here you can feel that your lungs can take a deeper breath. And we've been doing a lot of breathing practices so far that now arriving in this pose, you can really fill your lungs with that inhale. And as we exhale, we're just letting go of obligations, letting go of the feeling of chasing the time or the time chasing you. You're in a moment where it feels relaxing. Like there's no cares in the world. So for the mind, we'll practice that. Inhaling, feeling a quality of receiving this time off, receiving this ease, receiving this breath. And on the exhale, just letting go of obligation, letting go of duties, letting go of being needed just for now, just for your mind. You want to come off the job just for now. You took the time to be here, so be here off the job. This is your time. Feel a sense of ease and playfulness and relaxing, and you're receiving all of this ease on your inhale, and you're exhaling, just releasing pressure and obligation and duty. So bring your arms down. Start to straighten your spine back to and walking your legs over. And now we'll walk the legs over to the left. Again, just at the moment you feel the hips stretch. You can bring your little hand towel back over your eyes if you took it off. And then we'll take the shoulders and we'll walk the shoulders over to the left, which will let us side bend to the left so that the right flank is opening. Arms are somewhere. Maybe they're in a cactus shape. Maybe you're holding your wrists or your forearms and the arms are back and down. Might want to experiment with right ankle over left ankle, but if it causes too much stress, then put it back. Can you bring a little smile to your face? Just a tiny one. Just a little one. And come back to that feeling of, I don't know, being on vacation. Things are easy. You're inhaling into this moment of ease, this moment you came for, to feel well. And then when you exhale, you're dropping those shoulders, letting all your duties and obligations step aside for just this moment. Can you keep that small little smile while you do this? While your mind is feeling presence and receiving, and on the exhale, letting go. Stay with it a little longer, smiling, relaxing in this easy position, like you're on vacation. And then we'll bring the arms down and you can move that hand towel off of your eyes. Straighten out your body again. Maybe a big sigh. And then press yourself up to sitting. The next pose does take some prop building. Good. All righty. So we're going to try to build a really high ramp. If you do have a yoga block and a yoga bolster, you can lay the bolster on the floor, the top of the bolster up, with the block on the highest setting, and let the bolster lean onto the block, and it's going to make a ramp. But if you don't, we're going to build that ramp with our pillows and our blankets and whatever else it takes to build this ramp. So I might start to try to get this diagonal going here, right? And I also want to have a place for my head. So I'm probably going to do that. That way my head can be there. I'm starting my diagonal ramp. I'm going to add to it with my beach pillows. And you have to experiment because maybe what you built was too high or too steep, and then you feel how it goes. And then I'm going to have another one here. So I've made a little ramp. And this one's going to be a little little twisting shape. So first you'll sit on your right hip, right at the edge of this ramp. And the knees are separate for now. You're going to pull up and become tall again, tall and dignified. And with your abdomen muscles, you're going to turn your chest to your ramp. Frame the ramp with your hands. Try to turn your chest as much as you can. Pull the belly in to do so. Feel the spine able to twist. And then you're going to lift yourself really tall as you lay down your chest on the ramp. And then you'll lay your right cheek down. And you're going to try to turn as much as you can. And then the arms can be in cactus, just laying on the floor. And then for the hands, what we'll do is we'll make a thumbs up sign on both hands. And for now, let's have the palms facing the ceiling. So you're in that thumbs up position, but the palms face the ceiling so that your thumbs are pointed outward. And drop your shoulders. Try to soften your back, especially your lower back. Rely on your props. And so what we want to feel in this pose is we want to feel the ability of the spine to turn, to make us feel that we can see more perspectives in life, that we can turn, not be so stubborn, right? So we have this freedom of flexibility to see all points of view. It helps with deep breathing. So again, maybe you're returning to your deep breathing where you're feeling wide on the inhale and narrow on the exhale. But bring that breath down, take it out of the shoulders. And again, when you widen in your inhale, your shoulders feel wide. Your back expands. Your arms relax. And then your mudra is kind of thumbs up. It is a gesture of enthusiasm, of optimism. And it relates to the spine, the upper spine, because when you feel enthusiastic and when you feel positive, don't you usually lift your heart up when you do that, right? You come into a little bit better posture, and so that's what we're trying to do. So allow the shape to help you soften. Deep breaths. And we're going to take what we did in the beginning of class and we're going to layer it on here. So on your exhale, just mentally sing, not out loud, but mentally sing the pranava Om. This will lengthen your exhale. We're feeling enthusiastic, we're feeling flexible, physically and mentally, lengthening the exhale with the sound Om. And we'll stay here for a short while and switch sides. You might feel something in your hip that's not comfortable. In that case, maybe you need to take one of your cushions and put it between the legs to lift up that top knee. Or you can stack your knees, that might help too. Stay with the long exhale, Om on the exhale. Mentally making that exhale longer, and in the spirit of enthusiasm, of joy, optimism. We'll stay one more minute. Very good. And now let the Om dissolve and just notice how you feel. And uncurl your fingers, put your palms down. You're going to press yourself up so gently. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's do it together. This time it's the left hip, right at the base of the ramp. Good. And we're going to frame the ramp with our hands, trying to pull the belly in, get tall first, belly in, then twist the spine so the chest is going towards the ramp. And as you lay yourself down, try to keep your spine really tall, reaching your chest as high up on the ramp as it'll go. And then we lay the left cheek down. Then we'll have the thumbs up mudra. And we'll lay the back of the hand on the floor so that the thumbs are pointed out. See? And soften your shoulders. And try to soften your back. And stay here a little while, eyes closed. Again, as a reminder, this is the hand gesture that speaks to enthusiasm and optimism, and it speaks to the upper spine where the heart lifts when you feel enthusiastic. And you're flexible and able to not be stiff, not be rigid mentally or physically. So relax in this way and layer on a long exhale, mentally singing the sound Om, so that it lengthens your exhale. Continue with your long exhale, singing the Pranava Om in your mind, and at the same time layering on enthusiasm and optimism and ease of well-being. Now release the Om and breathe naturally. Feel your openness. Feel your enthusiasm, your optimism. Feel how you've become flexible in body and in mind. And we'll uncurl the fingers and turn the palms over to help press yourself back up. And come into our next posture. So in the next posture, we're going to make like a little bed, sort of. So I've got the two big cushions or big pillows, and I'm going to lay them in a row. Might take the two pillows from, I don't know, I keep calling them blankets and pillows. They're towels. What's happening? Good. I want to have my heels a little bit free, just so they can do what they want to do. And then I want to lay back in such a way that I can get my shoulders off of the cushion. Okay. Finally, we can take that strap. You should still have that loop. If not, go ahead and make one. We'll have that loop, and we'll again do the same thing here. We'll put the loop around the thighs in such a way that your thighs can really rest and rely upon the strap. Alrighty, and we are settling back. The tops of your shoulders are off the cushions, and it's like a little back bend, right? It is an inversion, right? Because we have some blood flow coming up towards the shoulders and the face. See if you can take your head and pull your head taller, lengthen your neck, and then also tuck your chin in a little bit so that your chin is not jutted up or back, but your chin is as close to the throat as it can comfortably get without too much pressure. And then your arms again in the position of being receptive. The arms open, the inner creases of the elbows are exposed. A little bit of your underarm is exposed, and the tops of the shoulders drawing back down towards the floor. And we're using this position to really just help the shoulders do that. So sometimes we need a little bit of extra assistance in getting the shoulders back and down, and this does the trick that way. And one more little adjustment you can make is just lift up your glutes, tuck your tailbone under, and lengthen your back as you set it down again. Again, the thighs are externally rotating and relying on the strap. And just take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And start to let your body melt over these props and really rely on the floor. Let yourself settle down. It's very easy to want to have energy keep going up and out and almost holding your body up off the props. But I want you to try to let your body drop in. Try not to hold yourself up, but let yourself drop down towards the floor. The chin is level. And stay like this for a little while. Let your breath be big. You know so well how to breathe now after all this time breathing together. So continue to breathe deeply. Good. And so we've experienced so far the quality of balancing and the quality of grounding and the quality of steadiness and the quality of receiving in the present moment and letting go of duty and obligation. We experienced feeling joyous, like we were on a vacation. And we'll try a little more of experiencing joy, because we need it. So a mudra that can help us, a hand gesture that can help us, is basically the first three fingers just touching the thumb, and the pinky is just hanging out. So the first three fingers curl down towards the thumb. They make contact with the thumb, and the pinkies are up. And your hand is relaxed on the floor, back of the hand, back of the wrist, resting on the floor. And your breaths are wide and deep, and they fill the entire circumference of your waist. And as you let go, you soften into the ground, you rely, you trust. And for the mind, we can say one word on the inhale, and the word is receive. And for the short duration of this posture, can you allow yourself to just experience the quality of receive? Not receiving with having to give back, not receiving with having to acknowledge or say thank you. It's just the quality of receiving. Can you be open? Can you receive? You can. Allow yourself to get in touch with that again. To just be nurtured, to have your needs met, to have your desires come to pass. Just receive. That's all it is. There's nothing bigger, nothing more, no strings attached. Inhale the experience of receiving. Receive the inhale. Just receive. And the exhale is simply your enjoyment that you are receiving. Nothing you have to give back. Your exhale is like a sigh of relief. You're enjoying that you're allowing yourself to receive without obligation. So inhale, receive, and exhale in enjoyment. stay with these two qualities just a little longer. And then you can let the words go for now. And breathe naturally and just notice how you feel. Very good. Now you're going to just roll off to the side, and just enough that you can slide the pillows out from underneath you. And we're going to set up for a Shavasana with a guided meditation. So in this Shavasana, you want to put a roll underneath your knees. And we're going to stay here long enough that it should be really comfortable. So if I were doing it, I would personally use a little higher roll, because I know I'm going to stay here a little longer. And it can be as high and as thick as you want. It could be a whole stack of cushions, just enough to make it feel where you can stay a while. Really take the load off the back and off the hips. And then you can have your little hand towel again to cover the eyes. So we'll lay back. If you find that your chin is pointed to the back corner of the ceiling and the wall, if it's pointed way back, then you're going to need a cushion underneath your head in order for your neck, the back of your neck, to get again and to be level. And then you might want to take that hand towel again to cover the eyes. Darkness helps. And you'll open the arms in such a way that the inner elbows are exposed, that the wrists lay flat on the floor. And if any angle of your arm, in this entire range of motion where your arms could be, if they still can't be flat on the floor, then feel free to put your forearm and your wrist on a cushion. It feels great. So take the time to set it up and make the small adjustments. And then the one last adjustment we'll make is to lift up the buttocks. Try to tuck your tailbone under to lengthen your lower back a little bit more, and then lay guided meditation. Our guided meditation is the 61-point meditation. And what I'm going to do is call out some points in your body that I'd like you to pay attention to. And just notice those areas of your body. And then I'm going to move you to another area. And we're going to move through these points rather quickly. It might help for you to mentally repeat the point after I say it. And there's no wrong way to do it. What we're doing is we're just bringing the awareness all around the body. And that brings a profound sense of relaxation when we do it. So go ahead and close your eyes. Let your breathing be completely natural. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Bring your attention to the center of your forehead. As you do this, relax your eyebrows and relax the corners of your eyes so that your eyes soften with the rest of your face. You may notice this as a point of light at the forehead or a sensation. And bring your attention to the center of your throat. Soften the throat. And feel this as a sensation or a point of light. Bring your attention to your right shoulder. Right elbow. Wrist. Tip of the right thumb. Tip of the index finger. Tip of the middle finger. Tip of the ring finger. And tip of the little finger. Wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. And center of the chest. Center of the throat. Bring your attention to your left shoulder. And your left elbow. Wrist. Tip of the left thumb. Tip of the index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. And little finger. Wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. And center of the chest. And center of the throat. And center of the throat. Center of the chest. Right side of the chest. Center of the chest. Left side of the chest. And center of the chest. Bring your attention down to your navel center. And down to your pelvic center. Right hip. Right knee. Right ankle. Tip of the first toe. Tip of the second toe. Tip of the third toe. Fourth toe. And little toe. Ankle. Knee. Hip. Pelvic center. Left hip. Left knee. Left ankle. Tip of the big toe. Tip of the second toe. Tip of the third toe. And the fourth toe. And the little toe. ankle, knee, left hip, pelvic center, navel center, and center of the chest, center of the throat, and center of the forehead. Now relax. Soften yourself. Feel all these points of light all together now like a constellation. Allow yourself to breathe naturally and to relax deeply. And we'll relax here in our final pose for a little while. Notice the quality of yourself right now. Feel that you are no longer fragmented, but you are whole, and that you can breathe in your whole body all at once. Feeling connected. Connected to that quality of well-being that is always with you. We only need to cultivate the terrain, to reclaim it. You did that today. You took time to value yourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly roll off to one side and pause there for a moment. Feeling that peacefulness, that well-being. Gently push yourself up to sitting and come and sit in such a way that your spine is tall and that you feel dignified. And that means that you might have to sit on your chair. Just go to that chair slowly and easily. And we sit up, we pull the belly in, we lift the spine, chin moves in, shoulders drop. And just notice how you feel. Soften your gaze. Don't look at anything in particular. Or maybe close your eyes. It's important for us to end the practice with you in the world, so you can feel that you have the option and the capacity to be at ease in the world. Let's bring the hands together in prayer, another gesture. The head bows to the heart. Acknowledge your beautiful, magnificent body. And acknowledge that you took good care of yourself. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.